is the blanket of stripes.
You say hi.
I did it. Hi friends, welcome back to another vlog. If you're new here, I'm Sun. I make videos about crocheting while chronically ill, and I'm also going to be sharing my process with planning and executing my home renovation slash makeover. The past couple weeks have been rough, physically and mentally, dealing with grief and also recovering from a medical appointment and other things, but it's the start of a new week and I'm feeling a little better. Still a little bit off, but I'm ready to get back to crocheting more, and I'm also working on the plans for the bedroom makeover slash renovation. So while I haven't done much the past couple weeks, I have made some progress with my baby blanket. Here it is. I think I did like 4 or 5 rows over this last week, and yeah, it's getting bigger. Before it was more like maybe just over the width of like what a scarf would be, but now it's starting to look like it's going to be an actual blanket, which is cool. I definitely want to keep working on that this week, but I'm not sure how much time I'll be able to give to it because I do have other projects on my mind. So I do want to start the other panel for my striped blanket. This one's going to be red and blue stripes. So I do really want to start that, but I'm kind of torn because I was thinking of crocheting a like mini scarf for my mom for Christmas, and it's almost the end of November and I haven't started on it, so I'm like, maybe I should do that first, but I don't know. I'm not even sure if I should make her a scarf because I don't have any like warm yarn. The yarn that I was thinking of making is this red, I think it's like Pima cotton or something like that, like something really soft, and it's a thin yarn. It might be like fingering weight. I'm not sure. I have to look at it. But yeah, it's like not going to keep her neck warm. But I think, I mean, it would feel really nice and soft, and maybe would just be more of an accessory and less of a like practical winter item. I don't know. I don't know if I should maybe save that yarn for something else. I don't know. Maybe I can do both. Maybe this week I can start the next striped blanket panel and the mini scarf. We'll see. Yeah, I'm trying not to put too much pressure on myself to get a lot done this week because yeah, I have other stuff going on this week. Work, plus I have a job interview this week on Wednesday. So, with my chronic illnesses, I have to really be careful about how much energy I use. So yeah, unfortunately I can't do everything that I want to do in a week, but hopefully I have the energy and time to get a decent amount done. Oh, also, I just got a few days ago this silk scarf from Etsy. I don't know if you can really see that well, but it's like a paisley print. Um, I got it to wear mostly when I'm like in between buzz cut trims because I'm planning to keep trimming my buzz cut. I don't know, maybe like once a month or every month and a half. I don't know. But yeah, it's at a length right now where it's like kind of pointy, kind of chia pet vibes, and it's not my favorite look. So yeah, I thought a cute little silk scarf would help with that. I'm still not sure if I even like put it on right. I think I need to watch a tutorial. I think it looks cute. And this might be the start of a silk scarf collection, who knows. I'll put the Etsy shop link in the description of this video if you're interested. And last bit of progress to share for now. I finally weaved in the ends of this panel. I can better picture how it'll look as I start, adding pieces together. And yeah, I like it. I think this amount of stripes was the right decision. And yeah, I'm excited to keep going. Weaving in all those ends did make me realize, though, like what a hassle I have ahead of me. Like, my hands were really hurting after weaving in all of those. So that's gonna not be fun. But I mean, it is what it is. That's what happens when you do different colors in a project. So whatever. I'll just have to make sure I like space out the end weaving too, and like don't do too much in one sitting. I'm happy with how this has turned out, and I'm ready to start the next one. So let me grab the red and blue yarn so I can show you what that looks like, and maybe I'll start it tonight. We'll see. I think I'm feeling up for it. I haven't crocheted in a couple days, so I think maybe I can do it. Okay, so here is the red and blue yarn that I'm going to be using for the next panel of the striped blanket. As you can see in the image of my inspiration for the blanket, there's a lot of different colors. Each panel has two different colors for the stripes. And yeah, this is going to be the next one. I think these colors will look really nice together. I'm hoping, since I've got the first panel down, this second one will hopefully be a lot easier to get done. Maybe not easier, but more straightforward. Yeah, there's not so much trial and error now. It's just doing what I already did with the first one. So yeah, I think I'm actually going to start this tonight, just to get the ball rolling. And yeah, I think later this week I will start the mini scarf for my mom, because that one's a little more daunting to me. I think because it'll be the first wearable that I'll make. Yeah, I'm going to be following, a pattern that I've never used before. So I'm going to push that a little bit for the future. Yeah, hopefully in a few days I will start that. But for now, I want to work on something that I pretty much already know how it's going to go, if that makes sense. So I'm thinking of starting the panel off with the red yarn. I don't know why, that just feels right to me. I unfortunately don't have a yarn winder yet, so I'm not even going to try to turn this into a, oh my god, what's it called? A cake? A yarn cake? Yeah, I'm not going to do that to myself right now. I'm just going to, unravel the yarn as I go. And hopefully I'll be getting a yarn winder sooner rather than later. Oh, I forgot to put on my wrist braces. I have to wear wrist braces when I crochet. It really helps to decrease the amount of wrist pain that I get from crocheting, and fingers crossed it also will hopefully prevent carpal tunnel. Okay, so there is my starting chain. Oh, I forgot to mention that this yarn is 100% cotton, as is all of the yarn I'll be using for this blanket. I want this blanket to be light and airy and very breathable, because I can overheat very easily. Now that that's done, I'm gonna lay down because my back is hurting already. That's what we got so far, and I will show you how much progress I make in a little bit. Okay, so I've got the first stripe down. This is 2 rows of linked half double crochet stitches. When I first started, I like almost totally forgot how I did it last time. Because it's been, yeah, like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks since I finished the other one. So yeah, I was like, wait, how do I do this again? But luckily I had the foresight to write it down when I did the other panel. And I thought I only changed 35, but I actually changed 37. I chained 35 and then I chained 2 because I was gonna like do a half double crochet in the second chain from the hook. And I don't know why at the time my mind was like, oh, I need to add 2 chains to make it so that I stitch in the 35th chain. I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking like that. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's 37 chains. I don't know if I mentioned in my last video, but instead of doing the stitches in the actual chains, I stitched in the back hump of the chains, which if you don't know what that is, I recommend looking up a diagram. I'll try to find a diagram to add to the video. But yeah, I did the linked half double crochets in the back humps so that the like edge of the first row would be, I just think it comes out neater, and it doesn't have that like I don't know how to explain it. Like in the past when I've stitched into the chains, I feel like the chains kind of get like pulled a little bit and there's a bit more of a gap compared to the rest of the rows. Um, so yeah, I like stitching into the back humps. So yeah, I got the first 2 rows down. Now I'm going to change colors into the blue. My head is kind of hurting and I'm feeling kind of weird, like mood wise. I think maybe it could be like a migraine symptom because it's the end of the month and that's when I usually start getting more migraine symptoms and like actual migraine attacks because I'm due soon for my next like medication injection. So yeah, I think maybe that's why I'm feeling kind of off. So I don't know how far I'll get with this, but I think I can at least do the next 2 rows so that I have both red and blue started. Say hi. Want to say hi, Ghost? Drinking some chamomile tea. I have brain fog. I can't think straight. Okay, progress update. I'm almost done with this panel. I have 5 stripes of each color so far, and I need 6 of each color. So just a few rows more and I'll be done. I'm really liking how these colors are looking. Don't they look good? I knew they would look good together. Yeah, so this is working up a lot faster than the first one did, which makes sense. You know, the first one I was figuring it out, didn't really know exactly what I was doing, but now it's pretty straightforward. I've got the linked half double crochet down, and yeah, it's almost done and it's only Tuesday. So once I finish this, which will probably be tomorrow, I've already done a lot today, and I think if I push to finish it today, my hands are going to be like destroyed. So I'm gonna use some self-restraint and save the rest for tomorrow. But yeah, once the whole thing is done, then I think I will start on the mini scarf for my mom. So yeah, making good progress for a Tuesday. While I've been crocheting, I've been watching a lot of TV. I'm watching the new show, I think it's called It, Welcome to Derry, and it's based off the Stephen King novel It. Yeah, I've been watching that, and I wasn't sure at first if I was gonna like it. And like when I started watching it, I immediately went back and watched the not the original movie, but like the newest movies of I think it was It Chapter One and It Chapter Two. So I rewatched those because I haven't seen them in forever, in preparation for the show. And yeah, it's a lot different, but I think I'm liking it so far. I mean, I'm still watching it, so I guess I'm liking it so far. It's really making me want to read the book. I've never read the book, and yeah, it's making me wonder what parts of the show are like from the book and what's more like being written by the creators of the show. So yeah, I think that's gonna be. I mean, I'm not gonna. I'm probably not gonna read it anytime soon, but it's going on my wish or my reading list. If you haven't had a drink in a while of water or tea or whatever is your drink of choice, here's a reminder to hydrate. Oh yeah, I've also been watching the 100, which I haven't seen in years. Like, I'm pretty sure I was watching it in high school. I don't know when it came out. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I was watching it when I was in high school, and I never finished it, so I don't know how it ended. It's been so long that I pretty much like don't really remember anything about it. But I do remember the sapphic part. I don't know if I should spoil it or not if anyone wants to watch it for the first time. But yeah, there's sapphic stuff, sapphic love story. So I'm waiting for that to happen. It hasn't happened yet. And I've been listening to the audiobook Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. I'm like halfway done with it. I had seen someone else recommend it or like say that they were reading it. And anyways, yeah, I started reading it in October since it was like Halloween time, spooky time. I wanted to read something like that. And I it's good. Like it's a good book. It is kind of hard to read at some parts, just the nature of the story. But yeah, I'm nervous how it's going to end. I feel like it's not going to end well. Yeah, I'm holding out hope that it ends somewhat pleasantly. I really doubt it though. Basically, it's about this home for wayward girls who are pregnant teenagers. They're sent there by their families to carry out their pregnancies, and then their babies are given away and then they get sent back home. So it's a very rough place for the girls, and a few of them discover witchcraft and try to use it to help themselves in their situation. And yeah, it gets pretty dark, but the writing is really good. And I recently learned that surprisingly the author is a man, which like if you didn't know that and you were just reading it like I was, I 100% thought that the author was a woman because it really like paints a picture of what being a teenage girl is like. Yeah, I was surprised to learn that the author is a man. Kudos to him, I guess, for writing a decent book with from a female perspective. I'm interested to hear what you're reading or what shows you're watching or movies. I'm always looking for something new to watch because I go through things really fast. Ugh, my brain, like, I really want to finish this next row so that this stripe is like complete because each stripe is 2 rows. But another part of me is like, don't push your hands too far because they're already hurting. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it here for tonight and hopefully finish it tomorrow. Y'all, I did it. I finished the panel. Here it is in all its glory. I finished this a few days ago on Wednesday, and then I took a break for a few days from crocheting and filming just to let my hands recover and yeah, just have a break. Yeah, this is done aside from having to weave in these loose ends. Panel 2 is complete. So these past few days I've been thinking about this blanket, and I think calling it just like a striped blanket is like really an understatement of like how many stripes this blanket is going to have. So I thought I would call it the blanket of stripes. It doesn't sound very cool, but I just think it sounds more like, I don't know. I don't know what the word is. Like it's special. It's the blanket of stripes, you know? So yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it from now on. So after I finished crocheting this panel, I realized that this blanket is going to have two different types of panels: horizontal striped panels and vertical striped panels. And in order for the vertical panels to line up correctly, like the same length as the sides of the horizontal panels, they're gonna have to start with less chains. So the two panels that I've done so far are the same. They're horizontal striped panels. So when I put the blanket together, they're gonna be this way, not this way. So for the next panel, I need to figure out how many foundation chains it needs. There's 12 stripes in each panel, so there's 24 rows because each stripe is 2 rows. So maybe chaining 24 would work. I don't know. I have to experiment, I guess, and see, but I'm hoping it's as simple as that. And I'm also going to try a different technique that will hopefully leave me with a lot less ends to weave in. So yeah, I'm hoping that works because I really hate weaving in these ends, and it's gonna be a lot of work at the end. For the next panel, I'm not quite sure yet what colors to do. I could use the dark brown again with this blue, the sky blue yarn, or even the red yarn, though I don't think that would look as good. Or I can do a completely different combination, like I have this pink yarn and this purple yarn. I think that would probably look good together as stripes. So I could do that, or actually don't have much other solid colors. I have this light orange and this dark orange. That could be interesting. I think that would be an interesting combination. Or I could do purple and blue. That would also look nice. So yeah, I I'm not sure yet, so let me know in the comments which color combinations you think I should do next. So throughout this week, I've had some moments where I felt kind of silly for making a whole video about crocheting like such a small thing, like in the span of a week, when there are other crocheters who can get like a lot more done in the same amount of time. And I think what started that train of thought was I saw this video on YouTube of someone crocheting a cardigan literally in one day. Like the whole day they were just crocheting this cardigan and they finished it in a day. I know that's not realistic or like the norm, I guess, amongst all the crocheters in the world. Like not everyone's that fast. I know that. But it did make me think like, damn, like I'm making a video about crocheting like such a small thing and it's not as cool or interesting as crocheting a whole cardigan or like some other big piece in one day or even in a week. Like I could never do a cardigan in a week. Oh my god. I can't. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably normal to feel a little silly making videos about whatever you're doing. And it's probably something that I just have to like just get through and like push away that kind of thinking, especially because I'm showing what it's like for me to be a crocheter while chronically ill. So like the reality is like I'm gonna be slower than a lot of other crocheters, but I'm having to remind myself that having to move slowly doesn't diminish the value of my progress. You know, like, yeah, this is really small and someone else could probably get a lot more done in the same amount of time, but I still did it. And little by little, I'm going to be making progress on this blanket until it is the complete blanket of stripes. So, yeah, I'm trying not to get stuck on that. I'm really glad that I got this done this week because next week I have a doctor's appointment and I'm probably not going to be able to crochet at all. So, yeah, I'm glad I was able to make progress this week. I did not get to start the mini scarf for my mom. Once I finished the panel, I knew like there was no way. I knew there was no way that I was going to start a new project because like that took a lot for me to finish. It took a toll on my hands and yeah, I could just feel that I needed a break from crocheting. So I'm not going to start that this week. I mean, it's Saturday, so like the week's basically over. And I'm just hoping I can start it soon and hopefully have it done before Christmas. We'll see. If anything, maybe it'll be a late Christmas present. But yeah, that's all the progress for this week. Let me know what color combination you think I should do for the next panel. I'm really liking, I think I'm either going to go with pink and purple or purple and blue or brown and blue. I don't know. I think they would all look good. I think like I'm going to do all of them eventually. It's just a matter of what should I do next. I know all these colors might not look like they would go well together. Like these panels next to each other don't exactly like complement each other necessarily, but like the whole point of the blanket of stripes is to have all these different stripes of different color combinations. And I'm hoping that even though it's going to be an interesting mix of colors, that in the end it will all come together and look good together. Fingers crossed, it doesn't look weird. So before I end this video, I did want to share with you my vision board for the bedroom makeover that we're going to be starting hopefully soon. So as you can see in the board, I'm either going to paint the walls sage green and have white trim, or I'm going to do white walls with sage green trim. I'm not sure yet. I like the look of both, but yeah, it really depends on how the paint looks in different lighting conditions, because we don't get that much natural light in here, and I don't want the room to feel even darker if the sage green makes the walls look too dark, if that makes sense. I'm going for a look that, or like a design style that is airy, eclectic, cozy, lived in, and just comforting to be in. I spend pretty much all of my time in this space. Like, I'm primarily bedbound, so like this is my whole world basically. And I want to actually feel like comforted by how the room looks and how it's designed. Because right now, it does not feel like that. It feels like a mess, and I hate the yellow walls, and there's just so much work that needs to be done. There's going to be a lot of greens and blues and other like natural colors like browns, maybe like terracotta, that sort of natural color palette. I included this white dresser because it's the exact dresser that we already have. And even though it's not really my design style, I'm incorporating it in the vision board because we have it and we have to work with what we have. Like, we're not going to be getting a new dresser anytime soon, especially one that's like genuine wood, because that's going to be expensive. Instead of replacing it right now, which we can't do, I'm going to switch the knobs out for these really cool looking brass knobs, which I think it'll stand out more against the white of the dresser, and I think it'll elevate it a bit. Oh, I got this mirror from Facebook Marketplace. It's a vintage French provincial mirror, I believe. That's not the exact mirror in the vision board. I just found it online, but it looks pretty similar to the mirror I got. So that's going to go above the dresser. I want to have bookshelves for my books and different knickknacks and stuff, and wall sconces and art on the walls. I liked creating this vision board because I'm a very like visual person, and seeing all of these elements together has like confirmed what I've been picturing in my head, like these things will look good together, aside from the white dresser, but it is what it is. I'm excited to get started on this bedroom makeover and slowly turn it into a cozy, comforting space that I don't mind spending 24/7 in. It's going to take a really long time and a lot of money, so this isn't going to be the kind of makeover that gets done in a weekend or even a couple months. Like, it's going to take a while, but slow progress is still progress, right? We did get paint samples finally. I think they came yesterday. I got 2 different like sage greens, 1 white, and 2 blues that I'm thinking will be used in the bathroom. But I forgot to get paintbrushes when I ordered the paint samples, so that's gonna have to wait. I'm gonna make a whole video about planning this makeover renovation and designing the layout and the elements and everything, and deciding on the paint. So stay tuned for that video if you want to see which paint I end up choosing and how we get started on the next phase of this bedroom makeover / renovation. So that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. I hope you have a restful week ahead of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.